Hi, so welcome once again to um, the second part of this tutorial, or the second part of the container tutorial. So in this tutorial, we will look at the great basis of Bootstrap. Okay, we will look at how to divide our containers into rows, and then how to create the 12 columns I was talking about. So Bootstrap grid system is built with a flexbox, and also it allows up to 12 columns across the page, like I said in the previous video. But then if you don't want to use the 12 columns individually, you can group the columns together to just create a wider columns. Okay, so maybe in your design you don't want to divide this into 12. Okay, you can group some of them, combine them, and then you get. But then the important thing is that all the columns over there should sum up to 12. So with some few explanations you will be able to understand. So there are five grade system in Bootstrap. Okay, it is five. Okay, we have six grade systems or grade classes. Let me put it that way. So there are six types of grade classes. We have one that is just for the extra small screen. We have one for small devices. We have one for the medium devices. We have one for large devices, and then we have one for the extra large devices, then extra large devices. So the small devices are devices that the screen width is less than 576. Okay, and then the small devices are those that are equal or greater than 576, and then the medium devices screen are that of um, equal or let's say greater than 768. Then the large screen is 992 pixels above. So all these values are mentioned in pixels. And then the extra large is 1200 pixels and above. Then the extra large is 1400 pixels and above. You get it. So these are the six great classes we have. So when I talk about great classes, I mean that we have this one, then we have the second one to be this. Okay, then the next class is the medium is something like this. Do you get it? Then we have the large screen to be this, so column large, LG for large. Then we have the extra large. We have the extra large. Then we have the extra large. So these are the six grade classes. So anytime, I mean in CSS, whenever we use dots, you know that is a class we are referring to. So these are the six grade classes in Bootstrap. So the first one is for small devices, that is 576 and below. Okay, those devices that are less than 576. Then the SM for small devices. So sorry, the first one is rather for extra large, and then so extra small. Oh my bad, extra small devices. Okay, and then the second one is for small devices. Then this is for medium, large, extra large, and what extra large. So let me do some code practicals, then you understand what is happening here. So I'm going to divide the first container into, let's say, 3. Okay, I'm going to divide into some sections so that you see what I'm talking about. So how do we do that? Before you can divide a container into columns, you first of all need to create a row. Okay, so since you have defined your container already, we need to create a row in order to be able to divide them into what? Columns. Okay, in order to divide them into column. So in doing that, we will first of all have to create a row. So div class row. So it is inside this row that we can now divide it into what, columns of how many, depending on what we are doing, then we can divide it into different columns and other stuff. Okay, so the tip is that we will be using the five the five or the six great classes of Bootstrap. Okay, we'll be using the six um, classes of Bootstrap. So each class scales up. Okay, each class scales up. So you just have to use the appropriate values to get the right width of your cells. Okay, so if you want to use, you want to set the same weights for them, as in like this, what I'm trying, let me just practice it so that you see. So imagine I want to divide this into 4. Okay, I want to divide the red into 4. So I'll create a div and then I'll use the class, then so I'm using the small screen, then I'll give you 3, the column 3. Okay, so in this case we know that 3 times 4 is going to give us what, 12. So it means that I can have another one inside. So we have this, 3, then I can duplicate this extra 2. So you see, if I sum up 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, this is 12. Do you get it? So what I have done is that I have divided, I've used the column small screen or SM3 to divide our red or our container into 4 cells. So let me give it some background color and then some styling so that we will be able to see the effect in what I am talking about. So I'm going to just paste this classes here. Okay, then I'll change the color. So let me make the first one, okay, let me just make the first one red, and then I'll make the second one, let's say yellow, then make the next one green, and then the last one, let me say black. Okay, so if I refresh my page, you realize that the first container has been divided into 4 different sections. So what did I do? I created a row. Okay, because without a row you cannot divide them into cells. This is what I'm saying. Let me take away the row and then let's see what will happen. So I've taken away the row. You realize that we have a different output altogether. That is not what we want. So always make sure that you create a row before you try dividing the container into sections. All right, so if you look at what we have done, yes, we've divided the container into 4 equal parts. Okay, so I can similarly, maybe it is not I don't want 4 equal parts. Okay, I don't need 4 equal parts. Maybe I just want 3 I want to divide it into 3 sections, but I don't want it to be equal. Okay, I don't want all the 3 to be equal. I can just remove one, which is first of all dividing it into what, 3 sections. Okay, did I clean something I'm not supposed to clean? Sorry. So I can just take away this, which is not expected to divide it to what, 4 equal parts. Then since all the columns must sum up to 12, I'll increase this to 6. Okay, so when I do this, you realize that I've now divided into 3 parts but not equal. Okay, so the thing is that you have to make sure the classes, the grade classes sum up to what, 12. Okay, make sure the grade classes sum up to 12. So I can make this one MD, and then it's the same output you get, MD. These are for responsiveness, MD. So I can do this and you realize that we have the same output. There is nothing really different from it. So that is with Bootstrap grades. Okay, how to divide the containers into sections. So you just have to make sure that your divisions or your cells are summing up to what 12, like what we have here. 3 3, that is 6 plus another 6 is 12. The same way, maybe I just want to divide it into 2. I can take away this if I want to divide it into 2, and then I'll change this to 6. So we have 6 6, that is 2 equal parts, as you can see, 2 equal parts. Okay, then I can also say that I don't want 2 equal parts. Maybe I want one side to be bigger, so I can make this 3, and then I'll make this 9. Okay, it's still giving us what, 12. So if I refresh, you see what is happening. I have divided into 2 unequal parts. So it depends on how you use how you do the value and other stuff, how you use your gradings and other stuff to be able to grade them into the sections you want to get it. All right, so that is with dividing the screen um, into columns. Okay, Bootstrap screens into columns. All right, so for instance, let's say um, we want to divide our screen into, let's say 2. We want this one to be 2, and then maybe this one to be 10. See, still giving us the same output, the same 12. So one other thing we need to also know is that even this small container we have here can also, this small cell is also a container on its own, so it can also be divided into sections, into 12. So this is what I mean. Inside this, I can also create another div, and then divide it into let me see. Okay, so I can also create another div, and then let's say I'll just divide it into, let me say 6. Okay, so I can have 2 of this, and then let me put some CSS there so that you see what is happening here. So I can have this 2, then let me make this one blue, and then make this one, let's say, pink. Okay, so let me refresh. So you see what we have, the pink is below the blue, and that is because I did not bring a row. Okay, I need to create a row first, so I can have div class row, then I'll put that code inside the row. So when I refresh, feel like that I have just divided that small section into 2. Okay, I can do it more. I can continue. I can still divide this into, let's say, I can put this one, let's say 10, and then maybe make this one 2. It's still summing up to 12, and I'll still get an output from it. So no matter how small the size or the container is, it will still be divided into 12. And this is mobile responsiveness. Okay, so let me clear this part of it. So that one was just to explain to you. So we have this, and then you should know that this division will be there if you keep on decreasing your screen size. Okay, you keep on decreasing your screen size, you will still be seeing it. You'll be seeing it until you get to a screen size that is, let's say I think until it gets to the extra small screen size, or the small screen size, which is 576 pixels. So once we reach 576 pixels, we will have the columns will automatically arrange on each other. Yes, it will not be as you were seeing on the desktop. It will arrange on each other like the way we have over here. So this is Bootstrap grade system. This is how we divide them, and just a little recap. I said we have 6 grade classes. We have this, we have the second one for small screen, we have the third one for the MD, and then we have the fourth one for large. So for large screens, then we have the fifth one then we have the fifth one for extra large screen, Then we have the last one for extra large. So you can use any of this to divide your screen into sections like what we have here. So this is Bootstrap grade basics, and then this video will also end here, and then we will come back in the next video to look at Bootstrap typograph. Okay, we look at typograph in Bootstrap. So see you in our next video whilst we look at the Bootstrap typograph. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe and then leave a comment. If I'm going too fast, you can leave a comment there too, and then in our next video I'll take my time. If you are not understanding something, you can let me know and I'll explain that to you as well. So thank you for watching to this level, and then in our next video we'll move on to a different topic. So don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss that particular one. Bye for now.